Imagine standing on a landscape so strange that your brain struggles to process what it is seeing. The colors look impossible, the shapes seem unnatural, and the scenery feels more like a digital creation than part of the real world. Most people assume they need to leave Earth to experience truly alien environments. Yet some of the most unbelievable places imaginable already exist right here on our planet. Scattered across continents and oceans are destinations that challenge expectations at every turn. They seem to belong to another world entirely. Some are the result of extraordinary geological forces. Others exist because of unusual climates, isolated ecosystems, or millions of years of evolution. What connects them all is the same reaction from travelers. The moment they arrive, they find themselves asking a simple question: how can a place like this possibly be real? The first destination takes us to one of the most famous surreal landscapes on Earth. Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia is the world's largest salt flat. Stretching across thousands of square miles, it creates one of the most unusual visual experiences anywhere on the planet. During the dry season, the landscape appears almost endless. White salt extends to the horizon in every direction. The scale alone feels difficult to comprehend. There are few landmarks and almost no visual references. Visitors often describe feeling as though they are standing inside a blank canvas. The environment appears stripped down to only sky and earth. Then the rainy season arrives and transforms everything. A thin layer of water spreads across the surface. The salt flat becomes the largest natural mirror on Earth. Clouds, sunlight, and distant mountains reflect perfectly across the landscape. The horizon seems to disappear completely. Sky and ground merge into a single image. Photographs from Salar de Uyuni often look edited. Yet the place is entirely real. Travelers frequently leave feeling as though they briefly visited another dimension. Few places challenge visual perception so completely. Our next destination lies far out in the Indian Ocean. The island of Socotra belongs to Yemen, yet it feels disconnected from the rest of the world. Its isolation has allowed life to evolve in remarkable ways. Many of the island's plants exist nowhere else on Earth. The most famous is the dragonblood tree. Its umbrella-shaped canopy looks unlike anything most travelers have ever seen. Entire forests appear lifted from a science fiction film. The island's landscape combines strange vegetation with dramatic mountains and remote coastlines. The result feels almost prehistoric. Scientists often compare Socotra to the Galapagos Islands because of its biodiversity. Evolution has followed a unique path here. Visitors frequently describe arriving on Socotra and feeling disoriented. The environment is familiar enough to be recognizable, but different enough to feel alien. Even experienced travelers struggle to compare it with anywhere else. The island seems to operate according to its own rules. That uniqueness has made Socotra one of the most sought-after destinations for adventurous explorers. It remains one of the closest things Earth has to another planet. From an isolated island, we move to one of China's most extraordinary landscapes. The Zhangye Dongxia Landform Geological Park is famous for mountains that appear painted by hand. Layers of red, yellow, orange, and white stretch across the hills. At sunrise and sunset, the colors become even more dramatic. Entire ridges seem to glow beneath the changing light. The formations developed over millions of years. Mineral deposits and geological processes created the patterns visible today. What makes the landscape remarkable is its scale. The colorful formations continue across vast areas rather than isolated sections. Visitors often struggle to believe the colors are natural. The scenery resembles a giant work of abstract art. Photographs sometimes appear exaggerated. In reality, many travelers say the colors are even more impressive in person. The landscape feels almost impossible because it contradicts expectations. Mountains are not supposed to look like this. Yet Zhangyi remains one of the most extraordinary examples of geology anywhere on Earth. Far to the north of South America lies another place that seems disconnected from reality. Mount Roraima rises dramatically above the surrounding landscape. Its flat summit and towering cliffs inspired generations of explorers and writers. The mountain belongs to a group known as Tepui. These ancient formations are among the oldest geological structures on Earth. Clouds frequently surround the cliffs. From a distance, the summit appears to float above the landscape. The environment on top feels completely separate from the world below. Unique plants and unusual rock formations dominate the plateau. Some scientists describe the summit as an island in the sky. Species evolved here in relative isolation for millions of years. The scenery helped inspire Arthur Conan Doyle's novel, The Lost World. Visitors quickly understand why. Standing atop Mount Roraima feels like stepping into another era. The landscape appears untouched by time. Rain, mist, and dramatic rock formations combine to create an atmosphere unlike anywhere else. Few destinations feel so detached from modern reality. Our next destination is found in Tanzania. Lake Natron looks beautiful from a distance. Yet its appearance hides one of the strangest environments on Earth. The lake contains highly alkaline water that creates vivid red and orange colors. Depending on conditions, the surface can appear almost blood red. The surrounding landscape feels harsh and otherworldly. Volcanic activity has shaped much of the region. Despite the extreme conditions, certain organisms thrive here. Life has adapted in remarkable ways. Flamingos gather in huge numbers around the lake. The environment provides ideal breeding conditions. The contrast between beauty and harshness creates a unique atmosphere. Few lakes appear so visually striking. Visitors often describe the scenery as surreal. Colors shift constantly depending on weather and light. Photographs rarely capture the full effect. The lake seems to change personality throughout the day. The result is one of Africa's most unusual natural wonders. It feels as though nature experimented with entirely different rules. From Africa, we travel to Brazil. Lençóis Maranhenses is one of the most confusing landscapes on Earth. At first glance, it looks like a massive desert. Towering white dunes stretch toward the horizon. The scenery appears dry and barren. Yet, during the rainy season, thousands of blue lagoons form between the dunes. Water fills depressions throughout the landscape. The result resembles an enormous collection of natural swimming pools. Blue water contrasts dramatically against white sand. Visitors often struggle to understand what they are seeing. It looks like a desert but behaves like something completely different. The lagoons remain for months before gradually disappearing. Then the cycle begins again. From the air, the landscape appears almost impossible. Patterns of water and sand create extraordinary visual effects. Few places combine such contrasting elements so successfully. Lençóis Maranhenses feels like two worlds occupying the same space. In Ethiopia lies one of the strangest places ever discovered. Dalol sits within the Danakil Depression, and contains some of the most unusual colors found anywhere in nature. Bright yellow, green, orange, and white formations cover the landscape. Mineral-rich springs constantly reshape the terrain. The environment appears more like a painting than a natural location. Every direction reveals new patterns and colors. Geothermal activity drives much of this transformation. The ground remains active and constantly changing. Scientists study the region because of its extreme conditions. Some believe it may offer clues about life on other planets. Travelers often describe Dalal as the most alien place they have ever visited. The comparison is difficult to argue with. Very few destinations challenge expectations so thoroughly. The landscape feels detached from ordinary reality. Even experienced explorers leave impressed. Dalal remains one of Earth's greatest geological spectacles. Our next stop takes us to Egypt. The White Desert is unlike any desert most people imagine. Instead of endless sand, strange white rock formations dominate the landscape. Wind erosion sculpted these formations over countless years. The results appear almost artistic. Some resemble giant mushrooms. Others look like animals, towers, or abstract sculptures. At sunrise and sunset, the scenery becomes even more dramatic. Light transforms the white formations into glowing landmarks. The silence of the desert enhances the experience. The environment feels isolated and timeless. Visitors often describe feeling as though they have arrived on another planet. The resemblance is striking. Camping beneath the stars adds another layer of wonder. The landscape becomes even more surreal after dark. Few places demonstrate the power of erosion so beautifully. Nature has created an outdoor sculpture gallery on an enormous scale. Turkey's Pamukkale presents a completely different kind of wonder. Bright white terraces cascade down a hillside like frozen waterfalls. Mineral-rich water flows across the formations. The pools contain brilliant shades of blue. The contrast between water and white stone is unforgettable. For thousands of years, people have visited the site. Ancient civilizations recognized its beauty long before modern tourism existed. From a distance, the terraces appear covered in snow. The illusion surprises many first-time visitors. The formations developed slowly as minerals accumulated over centuries. Nature created a structure that appears almost architectural. Walking through the area feels dreamlike. The terraces seem too perfect to be natural. Photographs rarely convey the scale of the site. The landscape stretches far beyond what many visitors expect. Pamukkale remains one of the most extraordinary examples of geology shaping beauty. It feels both delicate and monumental at the same time. Our final destination lies in the deserts of Turkmenistan. Known as the Door to Hell, the Darvaza gas crater has been burning continuously for decades. The crater formed after a drilling accident exposed natural gas deposits. To prevent dangerous emissions, the gas was ignited. The expectation was that the fire would burn briefly. Instead, it continued for years. Today, the crater glows day and night. Flames rise from within a massive hole in the desert floor. The sight becomes even more dramatic after sunset. Darkness surrounds the crater while fire illuminates the landscape. Visitors often describe the experience as unsettling. The scene appears almost supernatural. Standing at the edge feels like observing something from mythology rather than geology. The desert amplifies the sense of isolation. The crater has become one of the world's most unusual attractions. Few places create such a powerful visual impression. It serves as a reminder that reality can sometimes appear stranger than fiction. What makes these places so remarkable is not simply their appearance. It is the way they challenge our understanding of what Earth should look like. Most of us grow up with certain expectations about mountains, deserts, lakes, and forests. These destinations ignore those expectations completely. They remind us that our planet remains far more diverse and surprising than many people realize. From mirror-like salt flats and rainbow mountains to alien islands and burning craters, Earth continues to create landscapes that seem impossible. The most extraordinary part is that none of these places require imagination. They already exist. Hidden across continents and oceans, they wait for travelers willing to leave the familiar behind. And perhaps that is why they remain so unforgettable. They prove that sometimes the most unbelievable places are not found in science fiction at all, but right here on the planet we thought we already knew.